Hi everybody, it's Imari, and in today's video, we're talking about vegetarian to carnivore-ish. But before we get into that, please don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications on my videos. I know the majority of y'all are not subscribed, so please subscribe, like, comment, and we'll get into the video right now. Okay, so why I stopped being vegetarian in the first place. Number one reason was exercise results. I think I was just starting to get into lifting. I started doing jiu-jitsu, and so I was adding on to just like my yoga base of my exercise slash physical fitness toolbox, we'll say. And so I was not getting the nutrients that I needed to sustain my workout and my body goals, we'll say, physical goals. I was eating or like using supplements, all the ones that you're supposed to use when you're on a vegetarian diet. And I'll get onto that a little bit into that later in the video. Number two reason, I was tired all the time. Also, I'm looking at my notes, so that's why I keep looking down. I was tired all the time, and I was kind of confused, I guess you could say, or just like curious as to why I was tired all the time, because I was taking the supplements that I needed. I was eating a lot, so you know, food turns into energy, and I did have a fast metabolism, but I feel like now that you'll figure it out in a second, but now that I know what I know, like carbs just make you hungry, I guess. More hungry than normal. Your body wants more carbs all the time so that you keep that energy source up. Number three reason, I had a lot of inflammation, and what I mean by that is poor gut health, which then translated into my face, and the stuff that would cause that, and you can Google this. Soy is very inflammatory, which is a main ingredient in a lot of vegetarian or vegan dishes because that's the replacement protein usually. There's a lot of corn too, starches. I love potatoes, so I was always eating potatoes, sweet potatoes, like all the kinds of potatoes. And I was having a lot of sugar, so these items have sugar in them the majority of the time. And if you think about it, fruit is also a sugar. Your body processes it the same way it would as if you ate Twizzlers. There's no difference between the two sugars just because one is a fruit. And you can Google it. Just look it up. Remember, check your facts, which actually, I don't think I told you that yet, but check your facts. Okay, so the poor gut health and the inflammation would then cause acne, which is also, I mean, I was stressed too, so that also contributed. But where I had my acne, the majority was cheeks, jaw, around the mouth, basically. And if you look up face charts, sometimes it's due to hormones. I think there's like somewhere about gut, like in that same area. My forehead was kind of fine. I would have lots on the sides here though, like by my temples. And number four reason, it wasn't as sustainable as I thought. So I originally became a vegetarian because of the animals. I was at Warped Tour one day. This person came up to me and was like, "Hey, I'll pay you $1 to watch a video." And I was like, and it was one of those like meat or factory farm videos, and I felt really bad, and I was like, wow, I can't believe animals are treated like this. Like, we need to do something about it. And I still care about animals, okay, but being vegetarian was not very eco-friendly as I thought, based off of like the farming aspect. Soy has a lot of water that it uses, and like other plant stuff, but that's not what I mean by unsustainable mainly. What I mean by that is like the products aren't sustainable. Everything is packaged, unless you're getting fruit or something from a farmer's market or even the grocery store and you just bring your own reusable bag. But everything was packaged. The fake meat, because I would get a lot of deli meat and make sandwiches, even just like the sausage links. And I understand that like normal meat products are also packaged like that, but you can also go to a butcher and not have it plastic, basically. Also in clothing items, fake leather is made out of plastic. So if you like replace your entire wardrobe, handbags, wallets, shoes, belts, maybe even jackets, I don't know, because fake fur is also made out of plastic. And so it's just a lot of plastic, and I'm not down for a lot of plastic. We already have enough, and we don't need more of that. Please, before I get into my diet now, I just want to put a disclaimer that I'm not bashing vegetarianism. I'm not bashing any sort of diet. I'm just sharing what works for me, my body, my goals, and to encourage you to educate yourself and make choices that help you and your body for longevity purposes, you know. Please avoid biased information. Always check your facts and your resources. Please, please. Okay. So the carnivore diet, as you can probably tell from this title already, carnivore-ish is what I currently am, which just means that I still have like avocado and fruit and stuff still, but mainly still animal based. What is the carnivore diet? What does that even mean? Simply, so I'm on the Carnivore MD website right now. Simply put, it's a way of eating in which we are eating only animals, no plants. That's the definition of a carnivore diet. Is it safe? Yeah. Our ancestors have been eating animals for the entirety of the human evolution, beginning approximately 4 million years ago. And at first, like when I heard about paleo, I was like, wow, these people are so crazy. I was vegetarian at the time. It's like, these people are so crazy for like trying to go back to what our cavemen were eating, or like long ass time ago before agriculture. And now I realize how much sustainable it is, for me at least, to ingest meat or animal products, I should say, because if you look at this logic, if you care about that logic, then back then they didn't have farming. They just had to forage for their food, hunt for their food, which would be animals. And the way I feel like they probably survived for so long, I mean, like based off of evolution, is because they were eating in a way that was sustainable. They were ate from nose to tail, which just means they used all of the animal that they were eating. Okay. Next, health benefits of a carnivore diet. You can check out meatheals.com. It's Dr. Sean Baker's website, I believe. This guy, Carnivore MD, he has his own website. He is a lot more like focused on why this diet is good for you, and some of the things that you may find while you're on this diet could be improvements in mood, energy, libido, conditions like fibromyalgia, autoimmune illnesses, and arthritis. Those last three things all have in common inflammation. Those are inflammatory conditions. And so when we're eating these things, animal products, we are not getting that inflammation that we would from a plant, let's say corn, because corn is very common in all food products. That corn produces a lot of inflammation. And if you think about it, if you've ever eaten corn and gone to the bathroom later and you like look at it, if you've ever looked at it, I don't know if you do, but it's not digested. So that should kind of tell you something too, right? When you're eating animal products, you absorb all of it or the majority of it because we are made of the same thing. Our body is dispersing it in ways that it needs. Another really common benefit is weight loss. You can go on Carnivore MD at Instagram or Dr. Sean Baker's Instagram and look at how many people have started off their weight loss journey a certain way and they have ended a certain way just based off of this diet. And that's again another emphasis on that your body uses everything that it's you're ingesting. It absorbs everything that you're ingesting. So now instead of getting your energy source from carbohydrates, you're now getting it from the protein source that you're eating, which is an animal product, and fat instead of that carb. Animal products still have carbs. There's just no extra carbs. It has its own set of carbs. And you can correct me if I'm wrong also. Please, fact check me, please. I should have water. Oh, I have boba. Okay. I still drink boba. Okay, next. What else? I said weight loss. Okay. So because animal foods are incredibly nutrient rich, they're also very satiating, and I can definitely attest to this because I was eating all those carbohydrates before when I was a vegetarian. I was constantly hungry. I told you about that. I do have a fast metabolism, but now that I'm eating animal products, I feel full, but not in that gross, like I don't want to do anything kind of full. And I actually find that I have so much energy. I feel like I'm supercharged after I eat just like a pound of whatever, of my steak or whatever I'm eating that day. Doing carnivore or having a carnivore diet, you gotta, wait, is this focused in the background? Okay. When you're on a carnivore diet, you have to do it right. And what I mean by that is eating the organ meats, having collagen or like a fat supplement. I think there's like a tallow supplement, which is like fat basically, because you need equal amounts of fat and protein. Change my battery. Equal amounts of fat and protein. I don't know the exact science behind it, so please research that, or I'll leave a link or something. I don't know. What else? What can you eat in a carnivore diet? Like I mentioned, nose to tail is the best way to go. I'll link down the farmer that I get my meat from. Super cool guy. Use dairy to your discretion. If you know dairy doesn't agree with you, probably not eat it. That would be a good idea. Like I've been saying this whole video, please do something or do things that work for your body and that sustain your body, because I want you to be healthy. How much to eat on a carnivore diet? I'd probably consult your doctor, or what this kind of says is if your goal is weight loss, minimize carbohydrates and dairy, aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. Then add high quality animal fat to this until satiety. So like until you're satiated. This is usually 1-to-1 protein to fat ratio in terms of grams, especially if you're first starting out. You may need more of this because you're kind of like detoxing from having carbs. And I will say that if you do choose to transition to carnivore or carnivore-ish, then you will probably have to eat a little bit more meat or whatever that you're used to eating, because You'll feel hungrier. Probably add some more fat to your meat if you're doing that. Okay, if your goal is athletic performance and you're already at your desired body composition, increase the amount of fat in your diet. Aim for 0.8 grams of protein per pound lean body mass, and about 1.5 times this for fat in grams. Okay? And if your goal is weight gain, then you have to have a caloric surplus. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. It takes 2 seconds. You'll be okay. I'll link this like Q&A thing from the Carnivore MD website into the description, because you can do your own research on the carnivore diet. Again, please get labs done if you are choosing to switch your diet. Do it before you start, and then like a week after you start or something. So you can just be aware of how your current levels are with what you're currently eating, and whatever changes happen, then you'll know why it's happening. I guess I'm just gonna leave the video off at that point. Please like, comment, and if you like my jive, please subscribe. Also, I'm saying jibe, not jive, so look it up if you're interested in what that even means. And I'll see you next time. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Bye.